Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good evening to all, especially Amanda. So we had a C5 for Amanda this evening, and this is all about gestures and body language and all of this type of thing. So let's think about the objectives. They talked about stance, movement, gestures, facial expression, and all of these things. But the first thing that you have to do when you take on the C5 is to select a topic that's appropriate to the speech. You need to open up the opportunities to use your body language. And did Amanda do that? Absolutely, I think she did. She talked about dog ownership, and that absolutely opened up those opportunities. So let's see how Amanda fared against the speech objectives. Well, starts really when you come up to the stage, and Amanda took a very central, very strong position at the front of the stage, which I always think is a good thing, because you can engage well with the audience when you do that. Certainly did that very well. Confident, as you would expect, too. Movement, there was quite minimal movement, but the movement, it's important that it's not fidgety. It needs to contribute to what the speaker is trying to say, and absolutely I thought Amanda achieved that. And the movement that we did have, we had a bit of poop scooping, which I thought was particularly lovely. Thank you for that. A little bit of running and walking and so on. So some movement, but not unnecessary movement. Gestures were good, again quite quiet, I thought, but again appropriate to the speech content that Amanda was trying to get across. So again we had the poop sweeping and the running and the walking and things of that nature. Facial expressions and eye contact, absolutely a strength I think for Amanda. Close to the front of the stage, looks around the room, spends time I think with each of us. It really does feel as if she's speaking to you, and that's something that Amanda always does extremely well. So I think we can give a big tick on the objective side to Amanda and say that she achieved those objectives very well. Could it have been better? Well, I think there's always a few things we can work upon. I thought that the movement actually was a little bit too minimal, and there were actually opportunities to perhaps be a bit more expansive with the movement that you did. So you could have walked around, you could have run around. We enjoyed the poop scooping, as I said, but I would like to have seen more of that, personally. You could have used, not poop scooping necessarily. You could have used gestures a little bit better. So you talked about a huge gene pool, and we got this, but it's a huge gene pool. And the size of the dog. The gesture was there, but I wasn't quite sure what size the dog was, personally. And I thought there was an opportunity there with a huge dog, with a tiny dog, things like that. And the running and the walking, too, could have been a little bit more animated. It was a little bit short, an obvious point. I know 5¼ minutes would have liked to have heard a little bit more. But apart from those things, which are minor points, I thought it was an excellent C5, and you absolutely achieved the objectives. Mr. Toastmaster.